Cowabunga dudes and dudettes, my name is Sonia, your fangirl and a half shell, and welcome back to another Teenage Mutant Ninja Thursdays. We are going way back, pretty retro and obscure for today's topic. Now, I posted the comic that inspired all of this in the community tab on my channel, so if you haven't seen it yet, go ahead and check it out, because this is one of those beautiful things that probably got memory hold for a decade or more after it came out. And then the internet kind of dug it back up, and now we have just this kind of almost not really a wave, but more than you would expect merchandise for this weird crossover comic. For context, if you have not seen the community tab post on that, in 1992, the winter issue of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles magazine, there was a true crossover between Garfield and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It was a one-page comic book, just a little short, something you'd probably see in the funny pages of like the Sunday edition of the newspaper, back when newspapers and newspaper comics were still things that we all frequently enjoyed. And it was written by Jim Davis, the creator of Garfield, and it was penciled by Peter Laird, one of the creators of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And it's just a funny little sort of Saturday morning type adventure of Garfield disguising himself, admittedly quite poorly, as a Ninja Turtle, and trying to trick the actual TMNT into leaving him alone with their pizzas while they go and fight crime. The whole thing is thwarted in almost a very serial mascot tricks rabbit type of way, when Odie comes in wearing his turtle costume very wrong, and blowing the whole thing. Garfield gets kicked out of the sewers, and that's just kind of it, sort of a ha-ha silly rabbit tricks are for kids. And it's one of those that it really does feel like the internet brought it back. Like, I've seen this circle around on Reddit and Twitter, just every once in a while people are like, oh my god, did you know that Garfield had a crossover with the Turtles? And it's one of those things that I'm kind of surprised we didn't get more of. Because Garfield and the Turtles were both pretty popular in the 90s, especially at least in my little kid bubble. Garfield and Friends and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, obviously, were two of my favorite Saturday morning cartoons, and I think they both aired on ABC, correct me if I'm wrong, at least in my market, in around the Cincinnati area of Ohio. And this was just a quick little, it could have been like a 1-minute short if they wanted to animate it to kind of promote like Garfield and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles only on ABC Saturday mornings or whatever. But it was cute. It was really cute. So recently, like in the past year, we've been actually getting merchandise for Garfield dressed up as Garfello, his TMNT disguise. So for my birthday, I just had a birthday on August 31st. So happy late birthday to me. Yay! My girlfriend, I've been talking about this because I had seen it in the Target doing they do like their haul-a-thons or their like collector cons, whatever they call it. They have 20 different names for the same thing. And they brought out, I'm going to bring this out here, they brought out a plush of Garfello. And this thing is like $35. And I'm like, I love plushes, I love turtles, I love Garfield. This is a ton of my interests, but $35 is a lot. So I was like, this is something I would definitely like to have. So my girlfriend kind of put that in her little memory bank and remembered and surprised me with this for my birthday. And it's so cute. So he's got his pizza cutter signature weapon from the comic strip, as well as a slice of pizza. He's got his G belt. You can see it is kind of a G. And I don't know if the camera will pick up on this. I don't think it will, but it does sparkle. So that's actually kind of cool. The camera's not going to pick it up. It's a very light, faint sparkle, but in the right light it does shine. He's got his turtle shell on the back, and he's got his little bandana here. He's just cute. He's adorable. And like I said, this is not the only piece of Garfello merchandise that has or is coming out. There's a smaller version made by Kid Robot, the same people who made this version here. And NECA is also coming out with a Garfield and Odie 2-pack from that one-page comic strip. And it's crazy to me that something that should be so monumental. I mean, it's two of like the biggest cartoon characters, at least for me, of the early 90s. And for a lot of people too, I'm sure. Garfield and Friends ran for 7 seasons. It ran from 1988 to 1988 to 1994. And TMNT ran from 87 to 96. Like, these were long-lasting series that had big pop culture imprint and impact. So the fact that we haven't seen them cross over more, like this be a bigger thing, is a little wild to me, but I'm also old in my own little world here. It's all plush. It's all plush. The nose actually is plastic. It's the only plastic piece. Some of these old Garfield plushes, the eyes would be plastic, but thankfully, they are plush, so it makes for a nice, good cuddle. He's got some good squish too. It's pretty much everything I like in a plushie. He's not too squishy, he's not too firm, he's great for cuddles, great for hugs. And he's awesome. What I also like about him, and I'm going to bring this up because I don't know when I'm going to be able to talk about this again, is that he is in scale with the classic Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles plushies from when I was a kid. This is my original Leonardo plushie from back when I was little. You can see he's got a ton of wear on this faux leather belt. It is, in many places, more white than black. But yeah, he's got little plastic eyes there. He's just my buddy. He was my buddy. This was definitely from a week rather, or maybe a month, when Leonardo was my favorite turtle. I cycle through my favorite turtle weekly to monthly, pretty much depending on who was the focus of a certain episode of the cartoon, or who had the coolest variant in the most recent line of toys. So, throughout my childhood, every turtle, Leo, Mike, Donnie, and Raph has all been my favorite, but I just like that they really do, they match up almost exactly in scale, and I don't know if that was intentional or not, but it's a very, very welcome bonus. And that's really all I've got for you today. It is a short one, I know, but there's not much you can say about plushies, except they're wonderful, and I love them, and they are so great to hug, and I'm really happy that I have this. I think it's still available on the Target website, again, for $35 if you're feeling like a big spender. And this is a really quality plush, too. Like, this is really, the detail's great. It looks just like Garfield, and it's so funny. Like, look at this. Like, it's definitely Leonardo, but it's definitely not, like, any specific version of Leo, it feels like. But, like, this is clearly, like, I don't know, this is so Garfield, and they've gotten so much better with toys and plushies and just merch in general of making it feel like the character, and I think that is really cool. So guys, if you have enjoyed your time here with me today, make sure to do all the YouTube stuff, like, share, comment, and subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss a video, and I will see you guys next time on the next Teenage Mutant Ninja Thursdays. Bye!